Hi everyone, it's the 10th of March. We have ES that has broken down the red support. That is a quite a substantial support here. We have broken it and we have backtested it. And obviously it is bearish, and the next potential support is the green bottom band. So this here is the high of March last year, the high of July last year. And if it wants to form this green uptrend, then we will have to bounce off this support or potential support at 56.30, between 56.30 and 40. And I think that's where it's headed. And we will see whether, the bulls are going to be taking over right from there. But either way, it is still bearish. Today is still bearish. And yeah, I must admit, it is getting weaker and weaker, and we'll see how it unfolds. Similarly, on SPX cash, the red support is broken and backtested, and the green bottom band is at 56.60. Actually, it's a little bit earlier than the ES, which they are sometimes different from each other, and we'll see which one is telling the truth. And there are some other things. Of course, Dow Jones is breaking this red support. It has broken it last Friday, came down, and actually it bounced. I mean, it came down quite a lot and then bounced back at the Friday's close, and then it left a gap last night. As you can see here, at the opening, it left a big gap here. Not so big, but it is still a gap. And it is now selling off. And we will see which is, the last resort for the, if the bear market wants to take hold, this blue bottom band needs breaking. And this is a very dangerous thing because this is a very large blue bull flag potential. But of course, if bull flags fail, then we come down further, all the way to 40,000. That's what I expect if it breaks down. And the level for that is going to be around just over 42,000, I think. So if this one and that one, around 42,000, of course, with the purple support as well. You can see the purple support right there. 1, 2, 3 touches already. That was the bounce on Friday. And if it breaks the purple and blue, I think that would be around 42,100 on the futures data. That is going to be, quite ugly. Dow Jones cash is the same, even though the blue support is a little bit higher up. Actually, it is quite different. So let me rephrase this one, okay? The previous blue support that I showed on the futures is a bit earlier. So I'm going to put that exact same chart. It could be also, there may be a little bit of chance right here. Okay, there's also this support you can see here. So I would be still a little bit hopeful, even just under 42,000 on the futures data. And on the Dow Jones cash, it is coming around, again, 42, somewhere around 42,000, just under 42, maybe 41,950 on the cash data. And if we bounce, obviously this purple one will become a bull flag, and we're going to rally big time back to 45 if it can hold strongly. Nasdaq futures data, as you remember, this one, right? This support was an internal, and it came down to it, bounced quite a few times, and we broke it last week. And also, obviously, we are inside this red downtrend, which is spectacularly precise. It is as good as it gets for a downtrend, with so many touches on its top band, 1, 2, 3, 4, and probably 2 touches on the bottom band that I can count. We broke down the golden support, and is it going to come down all the way to the golden bottom band? And that golden bottom band may prove to be a very strong support, guys, because I'm going to rephrase this one, show you the bigger picture here. This here is the low of October 22, right? We rallied, came back down without making a new low in January 23. It rallied without looking back, and it's been, yeah, just over 2 years now of this bull market. And if it wants to keep continue, it has to find a low at the golden bottom band, and then it may even run to 25,000 plus. So this golden channel or potential channel is extremely important, very, very important for Nasdaq. So, and its bottom band, let's have a look at it, comes around 19,250, right? 19,250 on the futures data. And on the Nasdaq cash, as you can see here, it has simply broken down the blue support, 1, 2, 3, 4 touches. It is breaking it down. That also left a gap overnight, also on the futures data. The red downtrend and the golden internal support is broken. Yeah, short to medium term, very bearish here. And the golden bottom band is a little bit further down, quite a bit further down actually, around 19,000, just over 19,000 probably. Russell also looking very, very soft here because, so what mattered here, as a few times I mentioned this, it had broken this red diagonal support, that's a descending support, was broken and back tested 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times, and every time bulls were not triumphant. And the blue bull flag was broken to the downside, clearly very bearish. And moreover, and ugly, it gets uglier, the golden bottom band is broken, or kind of broken right now. It broke it last week, recovered back into it. There is a gap here. Clearly, if this gap is to be filled, it would break this red resistance. So the gap is at 2078 or so. So if it has to recover back to fill the gap, then it would break this red resistance. So yeah, I wouldn't actually know what to make of it, because that golden channel is breaking down, but maybe there's a chance, yeah, for bulls still. FTSE, as you can see, it is back testing that black in resistance that was broken. This year is from the highs of 2007, 2018. This year is almost a good touch on in 2024. We had broken it and back tested it already once. It's coming down for a second back test, and I'm hoping it's going to hold. And if we want to say a channel, right, it would be this bottom band. Obviously, I have to make it a different color because this is where it started. I mean, this leg up, right? So we would have to find a low at the golden bottom band and then rally. And if it comes here today, it's going to be around 8,500 or so. So DAX gave the most obvious bearish signal. Just disregard this part for a moment. I've been calling for 23,500 as the major resistance and target. This is the October low 2022. We rallied, came back down, not really, like going sideways, and then we broke that golden major resistance and back tested it. From there, we rallied again, came down, rallied, blue resistance, broken back tested, red bull flag, broken back tested. The green major resistance was broken back in January and almost back tested right here. Then we broke that ascending uptrend. So the uptrend, the golden internal uptrend. We back tested it 3 times. Every single time it caused a bounce. 3 times it caused a bounce. Okay. And finally, we got to this red major potential resistance. It was a potential and it became a real resistance at the high of last week. So I'm going to zoom in a little bit to show you that it was a double resistance with the blue one. You can see the red and blue, they both held, and that is causing the weakness on Nasdaq right now. I've repeated this chart so many times. That is the perfect double resistance touch, and that's why it is selling right now. Okay, so I'm now going to switch to the 2-hourly. You can see here the blue resistance. The red one is not shown here because it's a long-term line, so it doesn't show on my platform, but that is the double resistance right there. Came down. The blue, right, I'm going to now, yeah, it's a little bit the data error. The golden support is right here actually, but I'm going to switch to the 2-hourly to show you a little bit more. The green channel, the short-term channel, was broken and back-tested at the high of Friday, then came down. The blue broken support is back-tested as well, that internal support. The blue bottom band, you can see the blue top band was there. This was the first touch and it came down. Second touch confirmed it. We rallied. The red bull flag is failing right now. That bull flag should have held, or at least potential bull flag should have held to cause a rally, but it is basically broken to the downside, which of course, again, bearish signal. Okay, so for confirmation, it has to break this blue support. It has to come down or maybe bounce one more time. And if it comes down again, that will be it. DAX is going to sell off further down. Okay, so it will join the others. French index came to the green resistance, tried to break it. That was a fake. It's now coming down to the black support. If it comes down, bounces, it has to keep it inside the black uptrend. 2 touches on both sides, you can see. And if we bounce, probably, I mean, I'm not saying probably, but it will probably, yes, it will probably bounce. And then if it breaks down, that will be also the end of it. I mean, we will have a very much deeper correction, probably all the way to this gap fill at 7,500. And that will be actually a short call. And it also opened with a gap down. So there are quite a few gap downs. I'm expecting them to be filled before anything seriously bearish happens. TLT had broken out of the red. It rallied. I mean, you can see the red bottom band at 85. We rallied and then broke out. We may get a back test, which I think is going to hold, and we break out of the green gigantic downtrend, which is a bull flag. But it's not there yet. And the 10-year Treasury note, yeah, the wedge was broken, and this is the back test. And I gave you as a signal for bonds, and we rallied, broke the black resistance, came back for a back test, and it's now bouncing. So I'm still bullish on bonds. Let's have a look at oil. Purple support held at the low of last week. Really good support. It managed to stay above it, and it is now getting closer to that red broken bear flags backtest and the green top band. I'm expecting that to become a major resistance right about 68.85, and that actually calls for a short entry. If it gets there to 68.85, that will be a double resistance, and from there we sell again. And I'm hoping for oil's bullish case, that we bounce off the golden support, we break out of the green. Obviously, it has to break back into the red and green without any news. It's always very important. It has to break without any news from OPEC, from Trump, from anyone else. That is the only way that we can say, okay, it is broken to the upside to buy it. Brent oil, similarly, I'm going to remove the green. Golden support, 1, 2, 3. That perfection support right there, it almost got to it. Yes, a few ticks short, but that's what we can live with. It gets to the red top band, possibly comes down inside the red, and then without breaking the golden, it breaks out. And that would, of course, I mean, this was the black. Remember, we shorted it at 73.90. It came down. I closed the short. We rallied. We are now rallying. I'm expecting a red touch to confirm it as a downtrend from these highs of January. Okay, gets there, pulls back, and then a break to the upside would actually make things again bullish. Gold is, I mean, it couldn't break this purple resistance, not in a convicting manner, not with conviction. And if it comes down to the purple internal, I'm still expecting it to 28.10, somewhere there, to touch that black plus purple. I can even give you a date, somewhere on 13th of March, in 3 days' time. Obviously, it has to come there very quickly. Is it going to do it? Yeah. This is only, I, I would say, wishful thinking, because that kind of a pullback would be very, very helpful. Like a, how to say it? It would be a healthy pullback, touch that purple plus black double support, and then rally to 3,000 plus. And gold continuous futures is a little bit more clearer. That purple resistance held, the broken down red support and back tested, which is why it is smelling bearish here for gold just for a short while. And I would love to see it come down to, basically, of course, it has to break this purple internal support right there. If it comes down, touches that black bottom band, and then we can say we're going to go higher again above 3,000. Clearly, this level, right? 1, 2, excuse me, 1, 2, 3, 4. This level's break, which was the previous all-time highs, would be very bullish already. 29.75. We'll see. And silver, this is a double deck, which I mentioned last week's videos. Purple bull flag was broken and back tested twice, right? And it bounced off the red support as well. We got to the purple top band. Last week, we broke down the blue support right there. So that blue channel, short-term channel, was broken and back tested, and it is still lingering below this purple resistance. So it's kind of a double-decker bull flag. This is a kind of a little child of this one. And if we come down, maybe touch that red support, then we break out of the purple bull flag. I think silver has very good prospects if it can break out. And on the spot chart, somewhere around 32.75 would do the job. Silver continuous futures is a little bit better looking on terms of bull flag. You remember green bull flag was broken and back tested 5 times actually. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This was a deep. The red bull flag was broken, which is why we bought it. I closed half of the long because the purple bull flag has formed now. I know it's a little bit confusing. I'm going to remove the blue, but bull flag red one, but the bull flag also the purple one. They are both bull flags. 2 touches on the purple bottom band, top band, 1, 2, 3 on the red, and 1, 2 on the red bottom band. This was a bull flag broken. The purple one needs breaking as well. I'm thinking maybe it wants to backtest around $32, and then we rally to break out of the purple bull flag to get to the highs of October highs, and then furthermore higher. Platinum spot chart out of the golden bull flag, off the blue support together with the golden, rallied, broke out, back tested, deep back tested on the golden. Now this golden resistance zone, 1, 2, 3, 4, quite a few touches. If it breaks that zone, I think we're going to have a bit more upside. But the major break would be the break of that red top band, which is going to be around 1020 or so on the spot chart. Platinum continuous futures is a little bit more clearer. Okay, so I'm going to show you this. Let me put this on the daily chart to show you the large green bull flag. That's a giant bull flag in the making. Which means it is not out of the woods yet because we have no breakout. The purple bear flag was broken. Remember that one? I've been talking about this for quite some time. Actually, the purple plus green double resistance held at the high of February, which was just over 1060. I was hoping that we're going to break it, but we didn't. And it came down, it broke down the purple bear flag, and recently it broke out of the golden, just like the spot chart. Let me rephrase that. Yeah, the golden bull flag is broken, but so far we don't see any real push. So switching back to the daily chart, that blue support right there, that rail, may be tested once again, and that would be around 900. And 900 seems to be the magnet, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I wouldn't be too surprised to see it at around that blue support. Excuse me. Yeah, I am still a little bit under the weather. You can hear it in my voice. 1, 2, 3, 4. If it comes down to that 910 or so, I would be happy to buy another platinum position. Natural gas, big move. So this is a continuous futures, and I've posted this golden resistance so many times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times it was tested. This is a low of May last year, low of September last year. This is a high of June last year. And, this is December, January, February, everything was tested, that purple resistance. And now the golden major resistance is broken. Overnight, we left a big gap up. And not only that, you can see this red bottom band, 1, 2 touches here. This is where we bottomed out at the blue support right there. 1, 2, 3. It bounced off it. There was a bull flag here. Of course, we broke it out. I removed it from the picture. But what matters here is that we bottomed out in like end of January, even left a gap here, rallied, came down, and rallied, came down, and it's off the red support. This is a beautiful uptrend now. It has cleared the purple resistance and even almost got back tested. This gap may get filled. The gap is at 4,400, okay, 4,400 or just above 4,400. It may kind of like trying to get back in, but then rally because the red channel is very beautiful, which targets that blue resistance. 1, 2, 3, 4 touches on the top bottom, 2 touches on the top. This is our long-term target now, or medium-term target at 52.50. And on the April contract of natural gas, I mentioned about the green bottom band as a potential support. It bounced off it and it left a gap overnight. It has now cleared this purple overhead resistance. That ascending resistance is broken, right? This is extremely bullish for natural gas. Copper bounced off the golden bottom band. This is continuous futures, golden resistance. Remember, we broke that red resistance and back tested it at 440, right? Just over 440, rallied, clearing this golden resistance zone. Even back tested it at 450, rallied. Purple bull flag is broken, was broken last week, together with the blue bull flag. This little bull flag was also broken. That is very bullish for copper. And it already reached a new high above the origin of the bull flag. That job is done. That's why it's come down. That's why I called that this spike will be probably retraced. But it has already. It has been retraced already, and it's ready to go again. Okay? And May contract, this is why a little bit worries me, maybe to the downside a little bit more. If it wants to backtest the blue, it would be at 460. Yeah, the blue bull flag, it was broken. Yeah, and if it wants to backtest it at 460, yes, that would be also the complete retracement of this spike of last week, and then we rally back to, well, let me remind you, for the new members, there are quite a few members now. Over the weekend, there are new members. That purple resistance 1, 2, that is at 510. This is a very large sideways channel, multi-decade sideways channel, right? If it breaks the 510, it targets 800 in the long run. Palladium is now broken out. It is a beautiful, it really lingered for a long, long time, but now the blue resistance is broken and back tested twice. This was the fakie before Christmas, before election. Now, what matters here is that this green bull flag is broken. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 touches, and it has now broken out. That calls for a long. Okay, of course, it calls for a long entry, and I think, let's say, let me put this, maybe that purple line may turn into resistance, pull back, and then break out for good, which would target at least 1175 or maybe just over 1150. I think that's where Palladium is trying to get to. Euro is rallying, of course, and the golden bull flag broken down with Trump election and Trump news, tariffs, etc. We bounced off it, broke the blue, off the green support. The green bull flag was broken and back tested, and it's now rallying. And I believe we are going to get to the golden resistance. If it can be broken too, then the red gigantic downtrend from the highs of 2007, 8 would be broken. And that actually would call for a major rally on euro and a big downward spike for US dollar. Similarly, pound sterling is doing what it is meant to do. Since the break of that golden downtrend, it broke it, back tested, it cleared the blue resistance and back tested it. It is now targeting, I mean, short term, it is targeting that red top band, but I think ultimately it is targeting, so this is a daily chart, right? Yeah. I'm going to put it on the weekly. Where is it? That line has disappeared. Okay. How is that? I don't get it. Anyway, this is the high of 2008, 2007. 1, 2, almost 3 touches on the red bottom band. I think we're going to get to 145, which is the high of Brexit. US dollar, Japanese yen reversed for good, as I have been mentioning for, well, since the break of that red support, purple, then the blue, and we almost backtested the blue. It broke down the red, and it is now forcing this golden downtrend to the downside. Look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 touches, and it is grinding down, and I think it will be broken properly for US dollar, Japanese yen to come around 140 or just below 140, which is, I'm going to show you on the daily chart, that green bottom band. I think that's where it's headed, under 140. DXY is still forcing that black bottom band, right? The black internal support was already broken, right? That was the initial black downtrend, but then it came down. So I thought, yeah, this is the high. So this is a downtrend, right? And it's forcing this downtrend to the downside. 2 touches, a few touches on the bottom band already, and it is forcing it to the downside. Aussie has to break 6400 or 6410 to clear this blue resistance. That broken support was back tested to the last pip. And if it wants to move, obviously the black channel is a very large bull flag right there. Clearly it wants to get to the green and black. If it can move beyond that blue resistance, that would be around 64.25. Okay? Anything above 64.25 would also be a new high without making a new low. So this was the major low in February. Rallies came down without making a new low. It rallies and breaks and back makes a new high. So that would be obviously very bullish for Aussie. And Kiwi, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 touches on the blue support. Green channel was broken out. That purple resistance held, but I think if it gets to the purple, it will clear it. And that will be the end of it. I think Kiwi is going to smash through this blue internal resistance at some point. We get to the golden resistance rail, and ultimately, that red downtrend from the high of 2014, right? Two touches on the bottom, two touches on the top. That needs to be broken for Kiwi to start a mega run. US dollar CAD reversed at the green major resistance, two touches, three touches on the top. And I think ultimately we get to 139. So we'll see. But I think Canadian dollar is gonna get stronger against the US dollar. Now let's have a look at agriculturals. Coffee is pulling back, and this is what was to be expected because it left a gap at 375 before the run. And look, and you can see the purple, red, and golden supports, they all held, and we bounced off it. Now it's coming down a little bit. So I'm going to put it on the 4-hourly, right? Is it gonna fill the gap at 375? It's a tough call, to be honest, because the golden bottom band would be broken, or at least it's not even a support yet because it hasn't been tested, but 375 is below it. So this 375 gap may get filled, and then we rally back. And I want to buy 375 again. And on the May contract, it's actually, if we do it today, it will be on the golden support. If it really spikes down, fills the gap, and we bounce off it, that would be the golden and red double support, which is why 375 is an amazing entry for a rally. So that red, you can see it held at the previous touch of last week. We rallied, came down, then we rally off the golden support and break that blue resistance rail, and then get to 450, 475, 500 or something like that. Wheat is still under this, inside this red, and this was the fakie, and I think it will ultimately come down to the golden bottom band, and we will see whether it can bounce and rally to break out for good. On the May contract, it just cleared this blue resistance after leaving an overnight gap. It bounced before that. Last week, it bounced off the purple support, right? And ultimately, I still think there is a little bit more downside to touch the blue for good, and then we rally big time. This is, May contract. Soybeans, continuous futures. Okay, we are short. I'm still holding the half short. We entered at 1,045. It broke down the purple, so green support, purple, came down, and it rallied. There is a gap here, you can see. It rallied to test the black and green double resistance, and that's exactly what I said. This is a lovely level to short if you are taking it, and I think we're going to come down inside the black downtrend all the way to 975, which is where I would close my short. And on the May contract, this green resistance is holding, which is why I think we have more downside to 975. Hopefully we get there, and then from there we can buy it probably. So we'll see. But you can see the May contract short was very obvious. Red bear flag, blue support, broken and back tested. That's why we sold off. Corn, green top band held at 500. That's exactly where I said that it's going to reverse. Blue bull flag was broken down. The red bottom band is holding for now. So if it doesn't, unless it rallies and breaks this blue and green double resistance, which I think is not likely, I expect it to break down this red bottom band, which would call for a major short for at least to 400. Okay, that would be a really big short for corn. And you can see even better for the May contract to break this blue support and then sink all the way to 400, probably below it. Okay, maybe a new low of, anything lower than August low on the May contract. Cocoa is coming down after breaking that green support, obviously. I think this blue downtrend is driving it. It hasn't tested that blue top band properly, but you can see the weakness here. It is soft, and I still believe we're going to have on the continuous futures, it would be 7250. No, excuse me, 68, 6750, somewhere there. But on the May contract, the golden bottom band comes earlier. Yeah, that's 7250, somewhere there. So we'll see. But I mean, it would be lovely to see the blue top band touch, comes down 7250 off the golden, and then we rally again. And that is still May contract, okay? Sugar is bouncing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on the continuous futures, beautiful support zone, and it is being bought again. Of course, it has to break this red resistance rail. And on the May contract, it's even much more clearer. I gave you this purple and blue double support, and actually it made another low, marginal low. Then we break the green descending resistance right there. And not only that, it stopped at the golden top band, pulled back, broke it, back tested it, and it rallied. There is a gap here, okay? So I'm thinking, yeah, there is a gap here, right? 1833. So it may still cool off, come down to 1833, and then rally. Again, May contract, that is. Cotton is a big one because the purple bottom band held, and it is now pushing herself way into this green broken bear flag. It has already done it, which is a very, very strong indication that cotton may, in the end, has bottomed out. And obviously, the purple top band with 3, 4 touches, bottom band 2 touches, if it breaks out, then cotton is going to rally. Right. Now we have the sad story of coins. Obviously, yesterday was also super bearish, but today a little bit green, as you can see here. Bitcoin's last chances, really, without breaking the screen support, which already has 3 touches, 1, 2, 3. This is a low of October 24. Oh, no, 23. And August, September 24. It didn't touch it for the 4th time. I hope it doesn't. And if it breaks out of the golden bull flag, I still hope, there is still hope. We can all still hope that this golden bull flag with 3 touches on the top, 2 touches on the bottom, perfect bull flag from the all-time highs. Okay, and we need a breakout, and anything above 89,700 would break out. And if it, of course, then it will have to break this purple broken support as well, which is a resistance now. So that needs breaking too. But I think golden bull flags breakout would be a great start. Ethereum has bounced off the red support rail once again last night. And that has caused the bounce. But just like Bitcoin, it has to tell us that there is strength in it to break out of the green bull flag at least. That is the first condition for Ethereum from the previous highs. You can see 2 touches on both sides and perfect reversal right there, came down. If we break out, that is the only way for a rally to come back. Binance going slightly green, but it is still looking bearish to me. And the reason is quite obvious. The red uptrend has been broken down and back tested. Okay. Anything above 800, 900 would be bullish, but there is no indication of such action. And Dogecoin obviously had broken out of the green bull flag. It went to 0.5 or so from these lows. That exactly was my point. When it was broken out and back tested, if you were long, you would have made 5 times. And the golden internal resistance was broken, back tested, but now that is broken. So I'm thinking, is it going to break this red support? That is a really big one. From the lows of 2020, 1, 2, 3, 4 touches on that red. That's the support. I was thinking at least we're going to get to the golden top band before we see a major reversal or something, but we didn't have that. I thought 1.3, which is a new all-time high, was our target, but so far, no. Zcash has had broken the golden resistance. It had broken the blue downtrend and deep back tested it. It is still above that blue top band, so there is still hope for Zcash. Solana is unfortunately very, very soft because of the green support break. It really has to push and break this red top band. That will be the only way for bulls to come back. Anything above 145 would be very, very encouraging for the bullish case. Aave is up 10%. And it's off the purple support again. If this is a bull flag, we need the break of the red. We need the break of that green This was the double resistance that was broken back in November, right? December, November. Rallied, came down for a few back tests, obviously broken down. If we see a break of that red resistance, that will be very, very encouraging, at least to get to the purple top band, and maybe we will break out. So that remains to be seen. ADA came down pretty hard after the Trump junk announcement that there's going to be a reserve or something, which is, I think, a total lie. There is never going to be a reserve cryptocurrency for US, at least, because that will be abandoning the US dollar. And they're not going to do that. Nobody's going to allow that. So make no mistake, there will never be a reserve cryptocurrency for United States. Golden top band held, black resistance, right? That black support was broken and back tested. So this golden channel that it needs breaking up for properly. Okay. FET, obviously, it is still a sad case, and the purple bottom band may be the savior after all, if it touches the purple and then rally. Audio was quite a big surprise to me this morning because remember, it's off the blue. It just cleared the purple resistance, got to the golden top band, and it is now pulling back. So fingers crossed. I mean, if it wants to rally, it has to break the golden top band, which is the massive corrective bull flag from the highs of December. That would be an amazing bull flag breakout if it can do that, but we are not there yet. And AVAX is touching that green bottom band, making new lows. If it wants to rally, it has to get to the green and break it. Jasmy had broken everything down. Okay, let me rephrase that. Not rephrase, but explain. Green, golden, sorry, the green support, golden support, and the golden bottom band. Yeah, what else? Yeah, it has broken down everything. Now the blue bull flag may be forming after all. Okay, this is a very clear one. If it wants to rally and if it wants to really form this downward correction is to be over, then it needs to get to the blue top band and break it. That will be the only way. Gala is up 13%. It is off the golden support. Again, it needs to get to the red top band and break it. Chile's blue support right there. If it can break out of the red downtrend, then we have a bullish case again, because this red downtrend is spectacularly precise. 1, 2, 3 touches perfect, 2 touches perfect. So it is still selling, but today is up 5%. I don't know. Anything above 52 would be awesome. CKB is a sad case, just like some others. Failed to break back above this wedge, and it has broken this green support. This is the worst one, I think, because the golden bear flag is broken and the green support is broken. It has to work. Bulls have to work really hard to break now. And Dash, last hope, is the purple bull flag. You can see the bottom man is holding. It has to go break the black top band, get to the purple, and then rally. Anything above 26, 27 would be a buy signal, quite frankly, but we're not there yet. And data, you can see here, it is back to the red support. I'm going to remove that. I'm going to be very precise with this one. Okay. So that red support and this, right? Something like this. So it is testing that red support right now. It has to break out of the golden bull flag, and that's it. That is the only way for this perfect golden downtrend to be broken. That would be the only way. IOTA, similarly, blue bull flag needs breaking. Okay, there are still serious bull flags in the making, but are we going to see it? That is the question. Polkadot testing the purple bottom band, and it is inside the blue perfect downtrend, which is a bull flag potential. If it breaks 4.8, that will be already extremely good. And if it breaks 5.2, you buy it. That's Polkadot. And theta, green bottom band, it's trying to bounce off the green bottom band. This is the very last chance for so many coins, as you can see. This is the very last chance for us to see some sort of at least a relief rally or something. Okay. So the blue support is getting tested as well. 1, 2, 3, 4 on theta. GRT had broken the blue support. Obviously, it's not very nice to see that support broken. And yeah, only the breakout of the red would achieve something. ACH came down after a massive rally. It has erased all of it. Okay, that is also like when you see a spike with news, you have to get out, pocket the money, and see what happens. But news almost always get retraced, especially for coins. Okay, and that black line, maybe a resistance later on. Coty was looking very good after the break of the blue, but then the golden resistance held it off. And now we have to break it out properly and then get to beyond that golden resistance. That's Coty. EOS, not much to say other than still dreadful. Algo making new lows, and if this golden support stands its ground, there is a chance to rally. But again, this is a very big bull flag, and it shouldn't be broken to the downside. And H bar, again, Hedera is actually looking much better. Ripple still going sideways. If it breaks this zone, so I'm going to show you, right? If there is serious selling coming again, and it breaks this blue support, that will be the end of it, all the way to the backtest of that red broken bull flag. Okay, this was COVID low, right? COVID spiked down, but I think the red bull flag can be expected like this one. Monero has broken down the blue support, or at least I would say it has seriously damaged it. Can I say this is a support rail? Maybe. But I think the only way to rally is by breaking that 250 level. And CAS looking terrible, really terrible, because the golden support is broken down, and there is some, maybe this support. Look at that breakout zone, and we may get a back test, and that will be maybe the last sliver of hope for Carpathia. CAS. Red channel. Oops. No, I don't want that. Red channel for Phantom. It's coming down for another test, which would be terrible because that would be the fourth touch, and usually the fourth touch is the one to break it. So if this is a little bull flag, then we rally off it without breaking that red support. Chainlink is still inside the purple bull flag. There is still hope for Chainlink, and Litecoin failed to break out of the purple bull flag and the green resistance. Very, very sad. I would love to buy 150, 145, 150. And mana, uh, why is it doing that? Okay, now it's better. Purple downtrend needs breaking. MDT also looking not so good because, you know, the purple support is kind of broken, quite damaged. The green bottom band was broken, so the golden resistance needs breaking for at least a small rally. And NIA, this is also very unfortunate. Very, very unfortunate because that blue bottom band is now broken. This green bottom band is the very last chance. It's trying to bounce off it. And if it wants to have any chance to rally, it has to break the purple and rally. Can we, no, 1 second. Can we expect this or accept this as a bull flag? Right, this is a kind of an outlier here. 2 touches here. This is the 3rd touch, but faked 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the last chance for NIA to rally. And OM has been selling since it couldn't break that purple resistance. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 touches. If it breaks the green support, OM is going to be over, at least for now. That would be a very deep correction. So it needs to break that purple resistance as soon as possible. And PAL is coming down to the green bottom band. It already is at the previous lows of November. If it wants to rally, we should see a breakout that or a bottom out at the green bottom band. Okay, and no, that's not really a very good one. But yeah, PAL would be a nice one, but yeah, maybe that green bottom band or these lows are going to hold. Pepe had broken everything. This is not really good because the black, the blue, everything is broken now here. So I don't know. I'm running out of hopes really for Pepe. Yeah, just to be maybe like a little bit more precise in the channels. I don't know. Quite frankly, the red bottom band will be the next very, very small hope. Okay, it had broken the red internal golden support. Even the blue support is broken. RSR is approaching that black bottom band. 1, 2, 3. If it bounces, rallies maybe. And purple downtrend, right? That needs breaking. That purple downtrend is a small bull flag, not so small actually. SGB, Songbird, is, well, it has damaged that red bottom band very, very seriously. So it really needs to go from here, full stop. Like it needs to go. Otherwise, we have more downside coming. So as I said, so many coins are having a little bit of a lifeline at the moment, but they have to use it. Black resistances break would be very hopeful for Songbird. Shiba had already broken that green support. Now it's trying to bounce off this spike. Rally maybe. There is still a hope that it can rally and break out of the purple bull flag. And SKL is now bouncing off the green broken bull flag. This is very, very nice to see, honestly. That is a support. You know, broken resistance became a support, right? So there is hope for this one as well. And TIA has broken out and backtested the purple, but it still needs to break this blue and green double resistance right there. Toncoin had broken down everything. The last hope would be this golden broken supports back, resistances back. Just that would be the last hope, really. So we'll see. I'm not sure if this counts as a support. Maybe it does. Right, let's put this in purple. Maybe there is a little bit of hope for here. And True has to break the purple. It hasn't. and it has come down to the previous lows, that green bottom band. Although, you can see here, there's still a little bit of hope, but it needs to run. They all have to. Uni is at the golden support and the purple, and Uni has to wake up, break the black resistance, get to the purple, and break it to the upside. Tau has failed miserably, really. That is, it has broken down. It is testing the spike. This is the last hope, really. That golden support is broken. Green is broken. Yeah, not good. An arrow may find a low at the black bottom band, and Sui is now testing this blue major support. This is the last chance for rally to break that green resistance, and Onyx. So that green bottom band right there is holding. The breakout of the blue bull flag didn't materialize, so we can remove it from the picture. This green support is the last chance to start a rally, at least to the green top band. All right, guys, take care. Keep in touch. Bye.